Yo, what is up, everybody? We got another round one playoff matchup here between Vancouver Impact Challengers and UAFS Esports. So, another 2 versus 3 matchup. Winner of this, I believe, plays Prime. Let me double check that. Probably should have done my research, but it's a Saturday night. It's my day off, so we're just kind of chilling. We vibing. So let me see. Brackets playoffs. I was right, actually. So the winner of this gets Prime in round 2. So yeah, this will be a banger. Both these teams love to fight. They love just brawling, picking really high skill expressive champions and comps. Goated, Tai T. So yeah, we're just waiting for these teams to kind of get started with the draft here. Again, both teams very active across the rift. They love to hands check other teams. They play really strong, uh, really strong, just mechanical champs. So they're just again waiting on them to start draft here. Alright, it looks like we should be good to go on draft. Yeah, here we go. So let's see. UAFS is elected to go on the blue side here. Impact Challengers is going to be on red side. So we see UAFS getting rid of Kindred. Impact Challengers getting rid of the Fiddlesticks here. UAFS getting rid of Lee Sin. Imp deciding to break the trend of let's ban junglers by now banning out the Jinx. we see Impact again with Wukong, UAFS finishing up with the Zillion ban. So, a couple of interesting bans. The Zillion ban is something we don't see too often. Oh, good lord. I pulled up the chat and everybody's in here now. See, we got some fans here. I see Brandino. I see Julia. I see Warnish. Yeah. You can't get fined now. Our season's over with. So, and UAFS taking the Zed. This mid laner really does love to play Zed. Impact Challengers pulling out potentially Lissandra. Again, a really solid lockdown champion. Something Zed does push around in lane, but as the game scales up, Lissandra has the cooldowns to combat everything Zed wants to do. We'll see what UAFS wants to do. I believe UAFS is the one to play Zed support. So there is a slim chance that could go bot lane in support role, especially now with Lissandra showing. But we do see Sivir getting pulled out. Which actually, I just watched Sivir win a game over in the LCS. Which is a very interesting, entertaining game. I wouldn't say entertaining. It was actually quite boring. That's why I came over here to cast this. So, turns out this is much more entertaining, though, watching cast than spectating LCS. I see the Xayah come out here, which I feel like there's a decent quality of supports here that can show up, but we have, a Cassante. So, potentially solo laners already showing for UAFS here. And now a Kennen showing up, so I mean, potentially this is just top mid ADC all showing, which is kind of interesting. Normally we see solo laners wait till the last part of the draft, but now we can see potentially with junglers getting even pinched more. We've already got 4 junglers banned out. Let's see what direction they want to go here. Because you can definitely start pinching pulls. Rakan getting taken out. And then Nami getting taken out. So now support's getting targeted here. I'm very curious to see where supports go from this. Let's see. I see you guys talking in chat about potential BO5. Yeah, that's not happening. Sorry, Rika, you got outvoted on that one, my friend. Bink already lobbying for a LeBlanc game. Alright, turns out that last ban was Poppy here. We see Impact Challengers taking away the Karma, so support got heavily pinched here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Karma taken away, so 6 supports off the table here for UAFS. But there is still Milio out there, so Milio into the Karma is really nice. She can shield a majority of the early game damage from Karma away. I think it's a fairly solid response here. Which tells me that this Zed is going to go mid. And by the way, this is now an all AD showing. coming out of UAFS. 7 supports. Fiddle is now a support. There's only certain Fiddle players. Like, that to me is more of a jungle ban. So, let's see what Impact Challengers picks here. Is this not a baller moment for a Malphite if they hadn't already picked Kennen? The Z on UAFS is clean AF. Yeah. Yeah, I learned that the hard way myself. So, Xin Zhao coming out here for Impact. So, big kind of wombo combo-ish spike here. So that is our comps here on the screen. For a lot of you really chatty people, what comp do you like the most here? I kind of give comp-wise the Impact Challengers. I think they've got a steady enough lockdown and ways of mitigating damage that that they deal with a lot of the threats from UAFS quite well. I will say though, having 2 melee solo laners means Sejuani's job is much easier. So we'll see what happens there. IMP wins if balanced teams. I could see that. Who? Okay, the good players.
Come on. What's the worst that could happen?
Who questions my ability?
I think the biggest thing here that kind of stands out for Impact Challengers comp is they really have a hard time once Milio gets a few items. What? Just got completely kicked out of the lobby. Oh, what the hell? That was weird. I got kicked from the lobby and then... Okay. That was interesting.
I return to my training.
Come on. What's the worst that could happen?
Who questions my ability?
Let me see. So, Julia, like in both comps.
There's always another way.
I'm a good main laner, and I say nothing during draft. And proof I'm a B1 Akali. I mean, is outside of Galio, is there anything stopping Akali's laning phase? Like, I hate that champion.
Seems you left your brave pants at home. Want me to wait while you go get them?
But I've always hated point and click champions like Akali, so. Galio 100% ban rate for you. Yeah, I can see where you're not a big fan of the Galio. So, Bink, do you think this Zed is picked in the great position? Like you B1 Zed, and you're all of a sudden you're looking at now Ken and Lissandra Karmas and Zhao, and then even Silver Spell Shield for the R. Oh, yeah, this looks to me like a difficult Zed game. If he has hands. So your Zed would win this game, not maybe his. Oh, that's what my ego says. Okay, so in theory it's not a great Zed game. Got it. Now it's making more sense. I jumped to conclusions there. Oh. Low key, the Zaya champ is Thanos. I think people do sleep on Zaya like quite a bit here. So I do think Zaya, for what you need her to do, is very well. Does it like very well. Also, can we just point out here that Iman, my dude, we need to get you a skin on Zaya here. You can't be showing up in playoffs and just default skinning here. But let me go ahead and pause the music here since we're going to have plenty of action overall. Got ourselves something to drink. We are good to go. I do agree with you. I assume that's Monk. They're talking in chat. So Zed bringing the Ignite here, just something he brought against the last Lysandra he smurfed on, because I was that Lysandra. So we'll see. He has very, very early kill pressure in this lane, and even at level 6, he can still force kill pressure here. In this mid lane matchup, bring in Longsword, he can get to an early Dirk, which he just spikes so hard and so much earlier than Lysandra does. So it isn't until about first item
Minions have spawned.
that you start to see Lysandra really like be able to keep the game state even if she's on even teal with Zed. So I do see the electrocute coming out from MLAC here, which is quite interesting. Chiros, who's been the rock up here. Might be the first time I've seen Chiros play more of like a carry style engaged champ. Normally he's on like Mundo, tank duty, something like that. So we do see Impact bot lane getting a pretty early push here. They're going to hit the level 2 first. See Namzis getting traded on here. Don't think proc the electrocute back on the Zed. Kennen down the CS a touch here. No, I'm just getting a little bit of a trade here on Pixel. Stunner getting in quite a bit of chip damage here. We do see a Girdle coming back. Lysandra took the E at the last second to dodge that gank, so well played. I am dyslexic. Thanks for spreading my secret. And I don't know why there's 3 Namzis on this team. There was 1, and then we got the 2 last week, and now we're at the 3. You know what, Julia? You want to cast this? Come on in and cast this. I don't care. I'm trying. All I know is it's all fun and games to make fun of the caster until all of a sudden he's like, hey, come in and cast. Nope. Yeah, that'll piss her off. So. Another return gank here from a Girdle. Oh! And gets stopped here by the Sejuani Q. And a big all-in from Namzis here to get first blood here. Yep. Welcome to Life Against Zed. Now starts the snowballing. Web looking up here on this top side. See how this goes. Nice dodge from Cassante there on the E. I just noticed this is Aftershock Cassante. That's quite interesting. Nice force of flash from Chiros. Namzis up there, potentially, no. This bot lane is just absolutely getting pelted by these boomerangs. But mid's the OG Namzis. Well, that's good to know. See Cassante going unstoppable here. He has an early level 6. Forces Chiros to back here. See Vancouver Impact picking up the early Ocean Drake here, which I think is really nice to have, especially for like Lysandra, getting it away from Cassante up here on the top. So I would argue they're probably the slightly better scaling team, so them getting a first dragon's really nice. See bot lane doing some work here. Stunner getting kicked by a soccer ball. Iman throwing some feathers at him. So nice trade from the bot lane here. See, Pixel comes up here, start up these grubs. See, Vancouver's got an early rotation here. Milio's not pathing up there, so they're going to give the grubs. That's 2 monster feats for the side of Vancouver here. See it all in coming out of Namzis here. So really well-timed ult from Lysandra here to not get the death mark placed on her. So it's ult for ult plus ignite out of Zed. A Girdle fighting this in between these towers here on the bot lane. So Stunner and Pixel losing out on about a half wave. So Girdle trying to make a move up here top lane, but doesn't grab the stun on the Chiros. A flash away here by MLEC away from the Zed ult. Zed ult is already on kind of an Earth timer. But Lissandra ult came back up very quickly. And these mid laners just trading flashes, and ours big fight here in the bot lane as Pixelate had to flash away. So they got all in by Emon and Milio. And here's Webb making a pick. Oh, but Cassante trying to all in here. And he ends up taking out Chiros. So Namsus gets the second kill on the board here for UAFS. And that's also Kennen Flash as well. Zinzao ends up picking up another Drake here in the side of Infernal's. Web getting jumped on here. Oh, that was absolutely clean by the Zed here. So he ends up picking up a double kill. Ults Web, but then goes W's over to MLAC to get the kill there, and then comes back to the ult Shadow to clean up the rest of the damage on Web. Well, I will say that's twice now a mid laner has tried to play the Lissandra counter pick into this Zed, and it seems like he's very comfortable with it. Oh, again, another ult forced out here. Oh, Lord. Oh, okay, that was clean. Even with the... Oh, that didn't kill, like, snap back. Yep. This is why I've been banning Zed for 6 years now. I hate Zed players. They're just too clean with it. I can't. He's Webb making a shot over here to Namsus. Oh, nice knock-up overall. Stunner going to get the first kill on the board here for Impact Challengers. Nice stun overall by Iman. Pixelated gets a little bit of health back from the Empowered W. And overall, just trade health for some CS. So, a Girdle ends up getting the Rift Herald here. Oh, Noms is kind of caught out here. Sees Webb getting jumped on here by Zed. Oh my lord. Noms is chill out, bro. But Stunner is probably going to get the shutdown here. That's a massive shutdown given over to the Sivir. We see this is only a 1,500 gold lead now in favor of UAFS. So, 6 kills to 3 in favor of UAFS. They are up just a little under 2,000 gold, but Vancouver Impact, for all that it's worth, has the first 2 dragons, getting some pressure and tempo for potentially the second dragon here. We'll see what happens. We see Lysandro's just not going really much damage at all. Here, full CDR. Oh, Zweb might... Okay, he's going to take a... Alright, he tried to start a fight there, but good on UAFS to back out. Now you're down Xin Zhao ult, and the Xin Zhao building like super bruiser-ish. Oh, nice! Nice dive in here by Chiros. Overall, we do see Namsus here on the back. Looking at Lysandra will TP, and there's Zed attacking the back line. Is this Kennan's not going to fall here? Well, now it does fall. Cassante trying to do his best here. Lysandra passive kind of running amok. Namsus does not have an ult available, but does help pick up the cooldown. Sorry, the kill onto Kennen. And all in all, we see UAFS posturing for this dragon, starting it up. See, neither team has jungler here, but they do have a Zed. Let's see how Stunner wants to play this. Oh, and red team stole the Drake with the Sivir Q. Oh, massive from Stunner. And that puts Vancouver on Soul Point. So, gold lead's still pretty consistent at 2K. Oh, good lord. Oh, nice stopwatch overall. MLAC didn't cleanse the Zed ult with Lysandra ult there, so had to burn that. Zed, though, going back to his shadow here. So forcing a boatload of cooldowns here out of Lysandra. And now both junglers are in this bot lane. So I think it's really important here for Vancouver to get this Cloud Soul. I think it benefits Kennen, obviously benefits Sivir quite a bit. Karma procs it quite a bit. Oh, Iman just flashing forward, using the ult here. See, the E didn't come back up in time. Stunner uses that spell shield, thinking the E was coming back, and that ends up being a 2-for-1 in favor of Impact Challengers. So now they are close to about 1,500 down in the gold. Even though MLAC's been getting picked on, especially by Namza Zed, he's going to have to make some plays onto Stunner here, because he's got a really fed Sivir 4-0-2, already on 2 items here. Didn't even go the Yuntao. Oh, Lord. Shades of Highs Zed here when he played it in the NALCS. I mean, I see the theory behind this, especially the Shadow Flame here by Kennen, but I feel like he's never going to do any damage to the front line here, and if he doesn't take out, oh, we got to fight on a couple different fronts here. Namsis is going to end up all-inning Chiros up here in the top lane. Kennen ends up having to flash away. Probably to be expected. We have posturing for Death Brush here. See if they pick off Zweb if he walks in. I think they suspect a Death Brush here. Chiros going to get caught out here, and this is going to be a big loss overall. Nice flash by Pixel, but doesn't really get much done here. Zed still has all sums. Zweb trying to play a front to back, but not much damage left over. Cassante now TPing here, and this could potentially be, yeah, this is going to be a dragon and maybe Otacon for the side of UAFS. This will be a big swing of momentum here. Not going to talk about the smite, but we do see Otacon getting taken by UAFS. And now for the most part, they're up a level or two across the board here with the Otacon upgrading the feathers. Yeah, there's not much this Lissandra is going to be able to do into Cassante's split here, outside of just clear some waves. But even then, like, she's just got to live under her turret. Kennon's going for what looks to be a Seeker's Arm Guard into Zonya's as well. Now I'm just looking here at Zweb, but he ends up smiting the Grub Camp away. You see, UAFS just kind of pulling the trigger here on this Baron. Really difficult for them to walk in. Oh my lord. Cassante kind of taking one for the team, ulting back Zweb. But we do see Lissandra ult coming out. Everything else, Nom's just going to end up going over. See if Karma ends up saving Stunner here, but now we can see a full-on 5v5. Cannon, forcing 3 different flashes here. Zed does end up falling, so it ends up being a 1-for-1. Zed not having Baron is actually pretty big for his split in a side lane here, because Lissandra plus Kennen have really, really difficult times wave clearing Baron minions, specifically Kennen. So it was really nice of Pixel to kind of save Stunner there with a bunch of shields, even through Serpent's Fang that the Zed is picked up. Don't want to give that shutdown over the Zed. He's already massive. We get a very big start on this 4th item. It's just going to come down to how these team fights are played out here. Well played by Chiros overall. Didn't have to burn the Seeker's Arm Guard. Noms just did ult. Oh, but now we see Noms just getting ran down here from Stunner. See what Nomsus can do here. I think he just gets auto-attacked. Yeah. So that's the bot lane using quite a bit of cooldowns to get over to Nomsus. But they do drop a tier 2. Nomsus will not be up, though, for this impeding dragon fight. So if they can get back on the map here quickly, which it looks like they are, they could posture here for a dragon fight. Let's see if they brush camp again. And that's MLAC refusing to go down here. Stunner's now in the area here. MLAC did everything he could before he ended up dying. No one's touching Iman yet. Siver's now kind of in this fight. Zweb on the back line. See, Chiros now on the back line. There's a shutdown double kill from Siver here. And Chiros just kind of delaying Nomsus back here. Zed coming from base. I don't know if he's going to get there in time. This is most likely going to be... Yeah, this is Soul Drake here for the side of Vancouver, which is pretty massive overall. Cassante TPing and has Zed with him. Well played by Lysandra to just delay time, get some damage out, even pass by some more time with Zanya's. The W stack was really nice to start the Sivir Ricochet. So, overall, really solid decision making here from Vancouver. But now we got Sivir completed, LDR, BF sword coming. I'm assuming that's going to be Bloodthirster to help with the shields even more against Namzis. This Zed, even though he is fed, he can still one-shot some carries if you try to test him. He's going to start getting outscaled here pretty soon. Do you see Karma is just a little behind the pace here? Hasn't completed her second item yet. Do you see Zanya's completed by Kennen? So Zed losing more and more targets here. I think it's honestly just trying to ult stun her and see how that goes. The Girdle loses passive. They fight over some vision. They almost caught out Zed here, but he W's away. Zweb here. Oh, ult goes wide by a Girdle. Zweb does end up getting one-shotted here. No objectives on the map yet. Baron up for another 20 seconds. Namzis ends up getting taken out as he tried to dive Stunner. Stunner's still not threatened in his backline. Ult comes out by Milio. Nice big ult. Chiro's coming into the backline. Stunner's flashing forward to get Milio. Chiro's now ulted over. Pixelated doing what he can. Snared up on a Girdle here. And really interesting time to pick a fight here by Zed. He had Stunner had his whole team around him. See, this is potentially going to be an inhib into Baron for the side of Vancouver Impact. What looked like a costly pick on this web for the side of Vancouver. They ended up turning that around and playing the fight really well. This Sivir is just massive. And that's full 5 items for the side of IMP Stunner. So let's see if Namzis, he's not really got much else he can do. Maybe ulting Kennen to force a cooldown or something. Maybe ulting Pixel. He's trying to get him out of a fight. But this Zed is starting to get outscaled here. MLAC taking some auto attack punishment here. We do see Churros is stunning up Amon, though. Emilio all comes out. Zed ends up shutting down, but no one's touching the Sivir in the backline here. Stunner ends up falling, though. Iman actually ends up carrying the fight here, as that was in a really big choke point for the Feathers to put out a boatload of damage here. Oh, and Iman ends up surviving here. And a double kill coming out for Iman. So that was just AD versus ADC there. And Iman ended up being the one left untouched as they finally got on the Stunner. And once Stunner fell, there was not much damage left in that team fight. And that's Elder Drake onto 3, as Milio did respawn to catch that Elder Drake buff. That is something I was very afraid of, is that, you know, once Xayah picks up, Xayah is a very respectable AD, but there's not much tank stats overall out of Vancouver's team comp here. And now Vancouver, with the Sivir, having to just kind of play back and stall here. The fact that you're letting the Sivir hit this wave. I mean, Casante's still going to be pushing. Let's see, they're potentially death brushing again. I don't think that's going to work the third time around. Again, note that only Iman, Milio, and Sejuani have the Elder buff. Zed does not. This Vancouver team has found a way to kind of stall out some of this here. So, 21 kills to 19 here in favor of UAFS. They are up about 2,400 gold overall. Vancouver Impact has Cloud Soul. UAFS's Elder Drake, I believe, should be falling off. Yeah, just fell off here for this next fight. We should have Baron in 20 seconds, Elder Drake in 3 minutes. So next fight's going to be over on Baron. Kennen does have the completed death cap. Lissandra again, just going for a more cooldown relevant build to try and cycle out W's and lock down people. Zed, though, completed his 4th item. All of the boots have been upgraded outside of Milio for the side of UAFS, so feats of strength treating them well. MLAC getting out of dodge here as Namzis burned the Ignite. At this part of the game, Ignite not doing an extensive amount of damage, so worth burning it. Plus, decently low cooldown. So, really touchy part of how teams enter into this Baron pit. But I think this is going to be the fight to end the game. This team's just trading ward for ward here. Both supports having a really, really solid game with the ward scores over 100. Whew. It is a 40-minute game, but they're waiting for Stunner to come back. He's on full 6 items, by the way. UAFS starting up the Baron here. Stunner on a GA on here. Let's see if they're looking at turning. Szechuani goes to the side. Oh! Nice engage by Chiros to take off Namza's. Baron still knocking down at half health here. MLAC gets on top of Iman here. Namza ends up falling. A Girdle trying to flash away. And this could be it. Well team fought here by Vancouver Impact. And most importantly, Chiros just diving in after completing this death cap, one-shotting Zed and threatening most of the backline there. Really well played by them. They should have enough minions. You know, with Karma Shields, one of them can tank. Overall, they do have 3 grubs. Here's Web. Yeah, this game is definitely over with here. And that's a Ty T showing in the chat as well here. What's up, brother? And that is game 1 and a 41-minute banger going over the Vancouver Impact. Could not stop the Sivir, the 6-item Sivir. And let's look at some of these damage numbers here. Woohoo, buddy! ADC is showing up here. Zed, respectable amounts of damage as well. Kennen probably got half that damage in the last team fight, to be honest. But well played from both sides here. And what was a really, really entertaining game 1. So, well done overall here. Let's go over to the Game 2 draft. And actually, I gotta do just a tweak here on the Twitch. Brandino, what's up, brother? Score is 1-0 Vancouver Impact. They took a very entertaining 41-minute game that featured a Zed pop-off into a Big Kennen ult and both ADs putting out massive amounts of damage. Alright, we see UAFS is going to take red side here for this game 2. Do I want a co-caster? You are welcome to hop in, my friend. Yeah, I will always cast with a friend. Why not? Alright. Sorry about that. I was trying to set up a co-caster here. Alright. We got him in the lobby. We will wait for him to hop. So, looks like who's your favorite co-cat? Come on now. I'm not about to pick that. Alright, back to the draft here. We do see another 4 junglers, 2 supports, 3 if you're counting Fiddle. Getting banned out here. Imp decides to be one. Jinx. UAFS ends up grabbing the Kaisa Pike. So UAFS really, really wanting to fight in this bot lane here. We do see Imp picking out the Morgana and the Vi. So interesting that we see the Morgana here coming out. As I think she is a interesting support. I think in certain situations she can pop off, but for the most part, I haven't seen her do that well. So, be curious to see where this goes. UASF ends up taking the Gwen away here in R3. And now we see them banning out. Oh, it was a Galio hover for the ban, but it ends up being a Jarvan here. We'll see what Impact Challengers wants to take or ban out here on this blue side. That is a TF taken away. Okay. Very interesting takeaway. UAFS, though, banning out the Annie, which I think Annie is fairly underrated right now, though I think she just got a touch of a nerf to the W, if I'm not mistaken. And then Lilia getting taken out. So overall, that is 6 junglers getting banned, 7 getting taken away with the Vi, and then we had Xin Zhao Sejuani being taken away due to Fearless. So we're going to see what UAFS has here to pick from. So saving jungle till the end, unless this is low-key like a Gwen flex. Actually, wait a sec. That is a Nautilus top potentially, or solo lane Pike. Both of them quite interesting. I love this Mordekaiser pick. I love this Mordekaiser pick because he just takes any of those guys to Brazil and just stomps them. What's up, brother?
CLT, this shit is so crazy. I had to get in here ASAP, bro.
What's up? How
I
you
saw
been?
the Nautilus pick. Good. How are you? How are you?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Introduce yourself here to the stream.
I am Lecce Lauren. I am most fraudulent top laner all pro in the tournament.
I'll go that far.
Yeah, I would. But yeah, we're kind of getting down. I'm excited. I'm a huge E-Man fan. I love E-Man. He was the only one when everyone was drawing groups. He was the only one to support me in Curse of Ra, and so I'm excited for that. But game 1 was sad, and then I wanted to see the E-Man Jinx, and it got taken B1. So that shit was annoying. As we're gonna see exactly where this I'm on a bit of a delay for the draft, but where this Nautilus ends up going, I think it's just gonna be a not mid. I think it's just going to be nope. Something's going goofy here, dude. Like, if I look at this, I would always much rather have, like, the Kai'Sa Not, especially with such a hard counter pick like the Morgana into the Pike. But, so I think that's going to be Pike top, but also it's, like, in a Mordekaiser, and that sounds so unfun, but not, like, it wouldn't be uniquely unfun compared to anything else in here, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, this is an interesting draft out of UAFS. This is either a solo lane Nautilus Pike or solo lane Gwen with like a Nautilus jungle question mark? Like, I mean, I don't think we see.
They asked if we're ready. Can I tell them where to start the game?
Yeah. I got you.
Perfect. All right. Yeah, no, I mean, it was like, I like the Gwen flex. I even like picking like Kai'Sa and support and then going with like the Gwen flex, because then you're kind of protecting your top laner, right? From some of those bans. But the Pike getting opened up right into like a super harsh counter pick. Pike is just one of those supports that, like, even in the region where you do see it played a lot in pro, like in Europe, it's just really awkward. That being said, at the end of the day, it's still like if you know, pentakill champ, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm excited to see. Well, frankly, first off, where this is actually going in the fucking draft. Because I feel like both of these champs are just going to get absolutely feasted on by a Mordekaiser. But it looks like it's going to be the not top with this lock-in. So yeah, I mean, because in my mind, like, I don't know. I would just almost like you. I almost feel like you would just kind of like, if you're taking the Pike bot anyway, why are we like picking the Nautilus here? Like, I know it's Fearless, but we're in game 2. So with a pick this kind of crazy, this wonky, this diabolical, and I believe these are best of 3s, right, CLT?
This is correct, best of 3s.
So they're in a winner go home match, and you're pulling out something like the Nautilus top. If you do that, there is a level of confidence. So I'm sure this guy's not just like, you know, game 5 and Fearless, if Nautilus top comes out, you know, okay, you know, something's going on. But with the blind not, I'm kind of excited to see how it plays, because clearly they've kind of been prepping this, or he's been feeling it, because he picked that R4 blind. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I know Nautilus is deceivingly like powerful early. I've seen.
Yeah. That W auto attack damage is kind of low key crazy.
Yeah, that and the like D ring, the E damage as well. gets pretty insane. I actually play with a Nautilus top player, and it's always kind of crazy how he gets first blood.
You'll have the insight here.
I have a touch. I do. I've
Mhm.
played against his Nautilus mid too. Actually, I know War somewhere
Yeah.
in the chat here. Yeah, I've been duoing
Yeah.
with his Nautilus top. He kind of one tricks it actually at this point. But
So yeah,
it's
I like. I
deceiving.
mean, I like the. I like some of the. If any of just like these one things, like the Nautilus top or the super early pick Pike, or even like the Zoe. If any of these things in isolation was in the game, I would feel, I think, a lot better about it if we're talking from like a traditional drafting angle of like, oh, we're adding a little spice. But all these things are in here. This looks like solo queue as fuck, bro, against a team comp that looks like it's just going to, play the game pretty normally. Like the craziest thing here is Morgana support. But I mean, that being said, if, Pike styles on him, Pike can still accelerate this Kaisa and she can still go nutty. If Zoe gets an early lead, she can still blow people up like that artillery mage. Gwen is still Gwen, right? So obviously there's a reason they picked these characters, and this is not LCS, this is not Worlds, right? There is so much room for personal kind of innovation and just having your own style and being able to use that to overcome some of the like traditional downsides of champs. That being said, it is a lot of cooking.
Yeah, I overall I respect the cook, but I feel like this is a very risky like
That's a great way of putting it.
to
It's
to
risky. Like
to,
there
to
is payoff, but it's so risky.
yeah. I just feel like this Vi though. Once this Vi gets to level 6, she just
Right, yeah.
absolutely murders Zoe, Pike, even Kaisa to a degree. Um,
Yeah,
so
I mean this Kai'Sa is just gonna get locked down. And if the Kai'Sa's locked down, what is she gonna do? Zoe is gonna pop up at one point, and Vi's just gonna press R on her. Um, no, I mean I completely agree. I feel like this Vi is good here. Same with like the Malzahar, honestly, even like I don't feel that bad about that. Um, this draft pretty straightforward. The Jinx is always really good. One of the kind of like mini misconceptions about Jinx is like she's not really a tank killer. She's crazy high DPS, but she's not really like you don't really want your Jinx sitting there like chain gunning the Ornn. But like that being said, when she gets excited, obviously she is just wiping your entire team. And so a lot of times when I'm kind of looking at these team comps, I'm looking at like how quickly is Jinx going to be able to get a kill, get excited, and snowball that into a really winning team fight situation. And when your only tank is the Nautilus top, like Gwen obviously is going to be super hard to hit, but like with the Malzahar Vi lockdown and not like and Morgana obviously with the Morgana binding, I think it's going to be really easy for them to get some picks on these squishier characters, less standard kind of front to back team fighting, just in general. I think they're going to be able to get a pick, get Jinx excited. She'll be able to run around the fight. Also, I don't see anyone here who like is ever scaring me if I'm Mordekaiser. Like Gwen
no,
is Gwen, sure, but also it's like the jungler. She's never matching me on weak side, right? Like if I'm Mordekaiser here, I'm feeling so good. I'm just gonna walk these people down. I'm gonna have my big circle around me. I'm gonna be slamming them, bamming them. You know how it is. So like, I'm excited.
yeah, yeah. I super agree with all of those points. Like there's just nothing. Even if you're Pike, like who are you hooking here?
I know, right? And that's
Like,
without thinking about the black shield, by the way.
yeah,
That's like before we even think about the fact that like there is an ability that completely shuts this character down. Who are you like looking to hook even here? Like I don't know how you're ever accessing the Jinx. Oh yeah, let me pull the Mordekaiser on my team. Let me pull the Vi on my team.
yeah,
So yeah, none of that sounds very fun. But still, it's the same thing, dude. With solo queue team comp comes solo queue payoffs, right? If you are just like whining and dining these guys, and you are obliterating them, your Pike is just ult all game. You're getting like a shit ton of gold. Obviously, if the Zoe's able to blow up anybody with a bubble, that's gonna work. If the Gwen gets super far ahead, she's gonna walk through everybody, Because also none of the if the Fed Gwen is also an issue for a lot of these people. But yeah, that was a great way of you putting it risky because I never really want to say like, oh, they're trolling a draft, blah blah blah, because like this isn't Worlds, man. Like this is like Plat Emerald Worlds, bro. I should say Diamond. Everyone in this lobby, or almost everyone in this lobby, I'm pretty sure is Diamond.
everybody in
So
this
like,
lobby's dying.
yeah, fraud. So like, everyone in this lobby is Diamond, and it like that being said, very good elo. This is not going to be played with like the discipline of a Worlds game. This is not going to be like this is not like Uzi versus Double Lift. These are two players. they're 10 players with very different styles, two teams with very different styles, and they can really, lean into that and make it work. But when you said it was risky, that was such a perfect way of putting it because, like, yeah, we're picking the Zoe here. That's kind of crazy. Like early picking that Kaisa Pike dual lane, that's kind of wild. And then I saw the Nautilus and I was like, oh, well, thank God we've kind of saved it. Not, Kaisa not. We'll stream University in the bot lane, but even then, like that's not the case. They're not going top. So I'm excited to see how it goes, especially when you kind of told me about all that early game Nautilus damage. But yeah, we're gonna have to see how it goes. Right now they are in break because hold on. Power went out? No, E-Man's power. Did E-Man's power go? No, it's jungle. Never mind. Don't care. Yeah. So yeah. We'll kind of see how it all plays out, but I am concerned, and not just because of solo queue team comp, but also because from first impressions here, Blue Side's draft is going to work so well into them.
Yeah, I mean, we already see the Nautilus bring in Aftershock. Like that's already kind of like you're stemming the bleeding here, because the auto W like attack cancel with Grasp is really where a lot of the damage comes from, and he's not even.
That would make sense. Either. I don't know. I feel like I have not seen any solo laners or any carry role go Aftershock since like it was Courage of the Colossus. You know what I mean? And give a shield.
Oh, that's a throwback.
Like, yeah, dude, on release Ornn, I was a fucking creature, dude, because his W gave like a 300 HP shield level 1, and you get Courage of the Colossus from the Brittle Spike, so you're literally just invulnerable for 3 seconds level 1, because I press auto W, then auto them, and I just have a 600 HP shield. I don't know how that champ is like 38% win rate on release. But anyway, yeah, a good shout out in chat as well. Cleanse on Kaisa. It's like, the things you're cleansing here are gonna be fucking chompers and binding, like, I don't know, bro. Like that's hella awkward. So yeah, we'll because like if I'm watching this bot lane, what I really want to see them do is I really want to see them like get an early lead. But also, it's like Gwen really wants to farm here. She's not really looking to early gank. She's not really looking to put a lot of resources in any of her lane. She just obviously wants to farm up and be a big threat. Vi is the one who's going to want to like look bot lane and get some action there. Or mid. I don't know how volatile that. I have no idea how volatile this top lane is. I think it's going to be hella volatile. But I think it's going to be as volatile as this Mordekaiser wants to make it. If Nautilus doesn't get like a really big HP advantage in like the first 3 levels, and then Nautilus gets his big shield, I don't know. Or sorry, not Nautilus. Mordekaiser. I don't know how these trades top lane are going to be super easy. But like before then, like first 2 levels, if Mordekaiser missteps, I see a world where Nautilus gets like some crazy 300 HP trade. But yeah, the whole Aftershock thing you're talking about, like I don't know. I kind of get where it comes from. I'm sure it's so fun to like auto attack somebody and just get Aftershock procs. I'm sure that like dopamine 100. But yeah, I feel like Grasp is going to make would have made the lane a lot easier. Also would have scaled a little better. But yeah. What are your thoughts, CLT?
Trying to figure. Okay, here we're handling it on that side. I for the most part, like I agree. I know. Going back to playing with War a little bit, maybe he can talk about it in the chat. Yeah, he's the one to point out the Aftershock. That I don't know if there's a world where...
I could hear the despair in his chat message.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if there's a world where this Nautilus ever gets a push. I think he has to be like super turbo aggressive and use kind of his flat damage ratios to really get a push on Mordekaiser. And I think that's just delaying the inevitable with Mordekaiser being able to just ult him and beat the shit out of him with his big ass mace.
No. He do that, don't he?
I just like, even if there's a world where Nautilus gets ahead, I still don't know like where does any of the other 4 be able to make a move aggressively or even posture aggressively into Vi Morgana post 6 Malzahar. It's like whoever Malzahar ults, whoever Morgana Qs, they're just chain CCing onto that, stunner fires an ult, and then he's automatically passive, just going crazy here. So
yeah, And I mean, the answer is like, who's gonna walk up, who's gonna contest that? It's gonna be whoever is like 5,000 gold up, dude. The only way that's ever possible is if my Kaisa is like 2 items up. If my Gwen is just an absolute freak. So yeah, that's gonna be a challenge. I think that's the main challenge for sure.
Agreed. And it looks like, yeah, if we didn't say it in chat, the jungler's power went out completely. So,
We'll see
Hairwick.
if that gets fixed. Roll the ads, caster. CLT, roll the ads.
We're not Twitch verified, so no ads. At least, I think that's how that works. I don't know.
We don't got the DoorDash sponsorship.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
I be shipping L's to my enemies every week.
Well played.
Thank you. E-sub, Bink and Bonk 7, voluntary E-sub. Put it on the book, CLT.
We'll see what comes from it. It looks like... I see Hairwick moving around. Trying to figure out what's to do here. So... Welcome to the cast.
Let's go. So what's the do you know, or do I need to break out the rule book? What is the rule on like because I know some leagues do like each team has 15 minutes of like the 30-minute pause time, obviously like cutting in the middle before they like FF that game, and then they have some extra time. What exactly like are the rules in a situation like this?
So, that's a good question. This is my first split as a mob, but I honestly don't think we've ever had this specific situation come up. I think we would just pretty much go by the E-sub rules, but the fact that it's in-game, man, that kind of changes a lot here, because we've already went through
Yeah.
draft, we've already went through in-game, so that is a damn good question.
Because normally that like would result in, yeah, maybe you can e-sub after that, obviously, right? Because
Yes.
you need an emergency sub. But normally it's like, oh yeah, you take the game loss for the game that you interrupted, and then you bring in the e-sub.
Yeah. Boy, that's a tough one. That's what I'm glad Hairwiz is kind of on the take for it.
On the situation, on the take.
Yeah, on the situation, yeah. That's so. Yeah, he's bouncing around right now. We'll probably just discuss between the two teams what they want to do. Obviously, it is a feels bad. I can just give you what my personal opinion would be, but I don't want that to be misconstrued as a league's opinion, so I won't say it.
You worry about.
But
Bink and Bonk in chat is saying, I'm also not going to say this is the league rule. But their first game, someone was AFK and they were given 10 minutes and then forced to unpause. I've seen that. Yeah, Big B Tiger. This is game 2. Game 1, Vancouver Impacts Challengers. I think it is one, not the meant. I don't remember which you meant.
I do remember that, not in grave detail, but I do remember me and Rusty having to deal with that situation regarding a player not showing up or not being in the draft, because they drafted and the player still wasn't in the lobby. So, for those guys in the chat, I know you've kind of just been tuning us in and out. So, Zweb, the jungler for Vancouver Impact, his power went out. Like, completely. It's still out. Hairwick is discussing amongst the teams on a resolve to it, since this is a very unique situation being already in-game. There probably is a world where it is an emergency sub, but I don't know what they're going to do with the results of this game. I will respect Hairwiz and trying to find a solution to it, and not really go too much in depth on that. He is he's on the case.
While we're waiting CLT. Well, it's all getting resolved. We can play Lodal. Can you put Lodal up on this one?
Oh, okay.
Unless you've already done the Lodal today?
I have not.
Excellent. Put Lodal up there, bro.
Yeah, me.
It's time. This is the content that people come here for, bro.
This is something. You see, my PC's probably not gonna like this, but screw it. So what is it?
I'll watch off this stream. So I think it's just lodal.net. If you type lodal into Google, it'll come up.
Lodal official. All right. All right, we have it on the stream here. I've never done this, so feel free to take the helm on some of this.
All right. Now it's an awful first pick, but I always go with Pantheon first.
Okay, so
There's hella stream delay. I'll just have to. Here we go,
Well,
Pantheon.
it's not terrible.
Newer
than 2010, female. Not Targon. Does use mana. Support and top.
Ranged 2. Ranged, I think probably female ranged human support is the easiest way to go here. Big B Tiger said Soraka. Well, Soraka's Targon. I'm like 99% sure, so I don't think it's her. Newer than 2010. We could try like Renata. See where that gets us.
Oh,
dude. Female support. Human is the same between the two, so it's probably human. One of the places they're from is Zon. Who is... Janna was like one of the original characters, right? It's not Janna. I know she's from like...
not Jenna.
Hey guys. Quick announcements.
Yes, sir.
Quick announcements. Just letting everyone know what's going on. Excuse me, sorry. So basically, for everyone wondering, Jungler's power went out for Impact Stunners. Impact Stunners. Impact Challengers. That's one of the names. So they don't know when it's coming back on. I talked to both teams. They agreed to do Game 2, same draft, and run it. And they're just going to get a sub-jungler to come in right now for Game 2 on Impact side. If it goes to Game 3, due to them obviously going to be going over the time and having to bring in a jungler, they've accepted a ban loss for Game 3 as well, if it does go to Game 3. Just so everyone...
How many ban losses?
A ban. One.
Okay. In round 1 of bans?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a weird situation. It's never happened, guys, where we've had somebody basically everything just die. So during a game, but everybody is cool. Captains are good. So I'll let you guys get back to the cast and yeah.
Jay.
What?
So you said it is the same draft, correct, sir?
Yes, same draft.
Okay.
Same champions. Just sub jungler coming in to play.
Okay.
On the Vi instead of Zook.
Okay. Well, appreciate it.
No problem.
All right, we'll get right back to the cast.
All right.
Ain't no fucking casting happened here. Dude, what support is from Zon? It has to be like Zon and something else. I'm trying to think. This should be like the easiest thing in the world. It's ranged, female, human, mana, ranged.
I got nothing, man. I'm terrible at this.
From Zon, bro? Yumi? Dude, you have given literally mathematically incorrect every single time you have guessed.
Zon's yellow.
It could be Zon and Piltover. It could be other stuff. I thought Janna was like 2009. That's why I didn't instantly go Janna. Also, I thought she's a god. I didn't think she's human. But I thought Janna was like one of the original characters, right?
I believe she is, yes.
Yeah, the original characters came out in 2009.
Zon, even a Piltover support.
I think if we just ignore the Zon part and think about the rest of it, I think something will come to us.
Well, fuck, I am terrible at this game because I got nothing.
Just list female range supports, bro.
Janna, Milio,
Close.
Soraka.
I'm pretty sure she was also one of the originals.
Yeah.
I recommend Skippy.
I need to actually look at the list. Karma.
Lux?
Lux?
Yeah, I don't think she's... Oh, you can sort them by... Oh, no, you ult that plate. That's perfect.
Oh, yeah, bro. I'm, like, terrible at this.
No, I'm not disagreeing, bro.
Sona?
Is she I think she's Demacia.
Sona, Yeah, I think she's Demacia.
Oh, bro, go back. I have it.
What's up? Hit me with it.
Go back. All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
Seraphine. Now I know there's stream delay, so I know Big B Tiger did say it like before I said it for him on stream. That shit was after it was in the chat. I refute any. I will not stand by any slander about my local abilities. We both came to the same conclusion.
All right.
In 3, that's pretty good. Okay, go to the next part. We got like another 4 minutes before.
I'm unmade in the
Right
image
now,
of my twin. Is the quote.
I am unmade in the image of my twin.
What the
I mean,
hell?
the first thing I think about is like Aphelios, right? Because they twins, right?
Are they twins? No.
Him and a loon.
Oh, bro.
Oh my God, Morgana or Kale. Fuck, you're so right. I think I am unmade in the image of my twin. Is that her saying? I think we go Morgana.
Yep. Smurfed it.
Boom, baby tiger, beast mode.
Ability. I mean that's Thresh.
Yeah, I just see. Yeah, that's Threshy.
Yeah, that is he.
Filet.
Yep. All right. Oh, I'm completely
Hold on,
dumpster on this.
All right. Cowboy hat. Cowboy. Real knowers when they see the cowboy hat, real knowers instantly go for like Alistar because of the sick ass cowboy Alistar. But that is not the case.
I was thinking the High Noon skins, and I'm like, there's no way that's it.
There's no way it's doing that now. There's no way it's doing that. Who got a sick hat? Vagar?
Yeah, Vagar does have a really solid hat.
Try Vagar.
Vagar. What the
Blue diamond?
the fuck is that supposed to mean?
Maybe it means they blew.
Wait.
What?
Twisted Fate, baby.
Oh my God, he does have a hat like that. I completely forgot. That's good.
Blue
That's
card,
good.
blue
Yeah,
card,
that's
Twisted
good.
Fate. Yep.
Blue card. That's good.
Splash art. Okay, I feel like oh.
I'm about to go demon mode once it shows up on the stream.
All right. Good. I got nothing.
Come on, bro. You got something, bro.
I got. Because I feel like that's a collie in the background.
Huh?
I got nothing, man. Katarina, maybe? That might be her dagger?
It's not bad. Hold on, bro. Hold on. Something's like fishy here, dude.
I'm getting a couple Yones. I'm getting Yasuo, Shin.
Those aren't.
MD
off the
Shin.
head.
MD.
What is MD?
Oh, is that the Dr.
Because
Shin?
he got the scalpel. Hold on. He may be.
You actually.
I'm not gonna say not, but maybe cooking, bro.
It was Shin.
Holy fuck, dude.
What? Oh, okay.
That is the craziest splash I have ever seen in my life.
Dude, that.
What the actual fuck is the proportions on his hand and the knife there?
Dude,
that is ridiculous.
The Akali in the back threw me off. Like I was not.
I didn't even see that. I wasn't a real believer.
Yeah. We got another minute on the
That was
delay
good.
here.
I'm gonna go grab some water, fill time.
Yeah, you're good.
But
All right, let's go back to the client scene. Impact Challengers is up one game here, and I hate long team names. Makes me have to do that. All right, so for those just chilling back, listening, let me kind of set up this scenario for you here real quick. Vancouver Impact Challengers took a very, very exciting Game 1 off of UAFS. And as they loaded into Game 2, unfortunately, Zwebs, the jungler for Vancouver Impact, his power completely went out. So Herwick, being the GOAT that he is, intervened and found a solution that both teams were in an agreement on. So Worm Jones is subbing in for Zweb this game. Now, if this does go to a Game 3, there will be a loss of ban due to the E-sub, but UAFS was nice enough to not encounter any type of ban. They didn't want to go through the pick ban or anything like that. They just said, we'll play it as is. It's unfortunate, but it happens here. So that is where we are at right now. I do have one of the GOATs, Leshe, is here casting with me over this game 2.
Bello.
Yep, there he is, right on cue. And here
Dude,
we go.
honestly, if I had the chance, this is my final flame before I stop talking negatively about the draft. If I had the chance to redraft and this is what I had, I would take it every single time.
It yeah.
It's been sinking in here as I'm on the Rift and I wait like 10 minutes in pause screen and I'm just slowly wondering like, what am I gonna do? Yo, E-Man though with the goated change! E-Man took away cleanse and went barrier. Type shit, bro.
Oh.
Kinda sneaky, bro. Kinda sneaky. I see you though. Don't think you're hiding from me, E-Man. I know E-Man like he's my own brother.
That's interesting.
I didn't pay enough close attention to anything else to see if it happened, but yeah. So like, this is what I thought would happen. It's just this level 1 super volatile, but the shield kind of crazy. No one expects the shield.
Oh, first blood.
My God, dude. First blood. That's crazy. Dude, wait, what is the cooldown on that? Was it like you just trade super aggressively, and then the cooldown on that level 1 is 12 seconds. You just trade super aggressively, see if you can turn it long like Mordekaiser wants, then get the second shield. That's kind of crazy, dude. I did say if this is gonna work, it needs to show up really early, and it has been.
Oh, and there's a solo kill. Oh, 1 for 1. And the bot lane here is both supports end up going down.
Classic, man. Sorry about that, bro. I had Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and I just could not stop eating it. That shit is so delicious.
It is pretty goated when it comes to breakfast cereal, I will say.
By the way, I want to make sure we're at the right time. Are you at like 3:02?
I'm at 3:02, 3:03, 3:04. Sounds like I'm a half second behind you, but it's fine.
I slowed down. I'm now at 3:10, 11, 12.
Yep, we're perfect.
Great. I was a few seconds off, so I'm glad.
Yep.
All right, yeah. So this top lane kind of swag money, but I was talking about one of the kind of barriers here that I'm thinking about was Mordekaiser level 3 because he can just bring up this big shield. Now he can start trading advantageously. And that's exactly what we're starting to see in this top lane. And that first kill is nice, but Nomus has not is already down full mana. Oh my god! I'm gonna start calling them by names. The only real mid laner, the only real Nomus is the mid Nomus.
Yeah, I'm just using champ names. I can't.
That's pretty intelligent.
Yeah.
I used to do that because I used to do like a lot of work with League, and whenever we would, because player names change every game, I had to get really used to just saying champ names, and then I got really bad at it because I stopped. But yeah, so like now in the top lane, this Nautilus has like almost no mana. Mordekaiser is just gonna constantly touch the wave first, like he is right now. As soon as like Mord is when Mord is the one touching the wave, and you're not able to like really contest or force him off, and he's just able to build up shield and contest in his own way, that's when it's an issue. And when Nautilus cannot really fight that, it becomes an issue. That being said, Gwen is trying to bail the boy out. Nautilus just saw her on the ward, or pardon me, Mordekaiser did. But he also goes, oh, I'm dead anyway. I kind of maybe need to fight a little bit, but no, it just turns out he wasn't watching his minimap. He is going to end up getting snip down, and Gwen's going to have the extra E here if she needs it, which she doesn't. And that's not just a kill on Gwen, big dog. That's the feat of warfare going over into the pocket of red side.
Yeah, which you absolutely need to just keep this game super fast-paced for the side of UAFS.
Absolutely. I need to be seeing, like, how action-packed this game has been already. it needs to keep up that pace, bro. We got to keep that moving forward. Like, we don't get to be like, oh, all right, everyone, great early game, now let's, chill out a little bit. Wow, we're doing so well. Because as soon as you become complacent at all, you're cooked. Malzahar with the flash key, the arcane comp hits, and that's going to be enough. So he's taking down Pixel on the bottom, though, is taken down as well. Just Jinx, though, flashes forward. Someone didn't get the memo, E-Man change summoners. Somebody didn't notice. No miss. Going in for the double, he's going to get just right out. He's going to live with like 1 HP. Oh, minions! Wins under turret, though. That's what matters, fine. I just kind of realized that now Vice on this dragon. It's kind of a crazy position, but it works. Vi and Mouse on this dragon, taking it up.
I absolutely hate this tier on Malzahar, by the way.
You hate the item?
Yeah, there's no need for it.
You think so?
Yeah.
I feel like anything like Shaman always makes me happy. Ooh, going into the Smite fight, and I didn't see if AG Turtle Smite was just coming off cooldown, or if he just lost the Smite fight all normal. Either way, good pickup by Worm Jones, the sub-in jungler, bro. Hey, if you're subbing in as jungle for any team, and you don't know who the good players are, sometimes the secret sauce is just fucking take objectives, dude. Just be a little creature.
Yeah, I believe we seen... Okay, it wasn't Mordekaiser. I thought Mordekaiser spent all top side, but he did not.
No, but even though he's died again, like this Mord, as long as Mord is the one touching the wave and having priority, Nautilus is not able to fight him super easily. And when Mordekaiser has ult, eventually these trades are going to put Nautilus kind of low, and Mord is going to press R on Nautilus, and that guy's going to get shredded. That being said, I said that this would happen like 2 times, and it hasn't happened yet. Maybe Mordekaiser's the future, but we'll see. Gwen is down here. She does not have the ult yet, so she can't force it. Walks over the Chompers with the Hallowed Mist. Little tag by the Kaisa W, but nothing's really going to come of it. Pike hooks some extra damage on Impixel, but Pike, goodbye, big dog. Cannon's going to follow you all the way for your dash.
Yeah. Pike having three of these kills bot lane kind of feels bad for Iman here.
Yeah, especially, normally if your Pike has a bunch of kills in post-game lobby, you'd be a little fraudulent about it. You'd be like, oh, I'm Pike, I'm giving you guys gold. It's pre-6, bro. That's 900 gold in your pocket. Your Kaisa is poverty right now. So, we know.
Compared to a 3-kill Jinx,
it sucks. Yeah, that's the other part. If that's what my scoreline bot lane looks like, it better be because, he's just taking those in fights that were stomping them. But now, Jinx has the 3 kills, and once again, we were talking about it earlier, as long as they play pretty normal around this Jinx, she is going to absolutely shred these team fights, as Koros is just getting gamer. Now Vi's looking for something. We got level 6 Malzahar. It's time.
Yep.
Guess who's getting cooked up? It's Gwen in her own jungle, and this game's starting to fall apart. Though Malzahar stepped forward a little too quick, and no miss. The real one picks up the kill.
Yeah, this is that fast-paced game that they need to keep. They need to keep this pace up here. Though I will say, having the access to level 6 for the side of Vancouver's comp is going to be really deadly. I've seen the Vi Malzahar coming out there, so.
Yeah, literally, this is just the beginning too.
Yes.
But yeah, no. Well, something else I kind of want to bring up about these teams the later the game goes is something that I think isn't talked as much about when you're getting dragons. Obviously, everyone's like, "Oh, dragons! I love getting dragons. Objective." One of the real reasons why dragons are so nice to get is because if you're scaling and you take a dragon, you are pushing back the Elder Dragon fight 5 minutes later. And on the other side, if you were playing super early game, like, say, red side here, and you are, maybe not super early game, you know what I'm saying, more early game, and you are going to want that fight to happen a little bit, as in the middle of my sentence on the bottom side, Jinx is getting taken down. Pike still doesn't have level 6, but this time he makes it right. E-Man picks up the kill.
Pike Q coming off cooldown
walking away, but yeah, exactly. Here comes, it's going to go in. He's going to auto. No way the W picks it up, and it's a double for E-Man.
Big double here. We were just talking about Pike having all the kills. That's 5 deaths overall here for the side of Vancouver's bot lane.
Yeah. And egg on my face, bro. Somehow, when we're watching this top lane trade, it's always so favoring the Mordekaiser. And then I guess a trade happens when we're not looking, and we look down, and then this Mordekaiser just absolutely, gets shit on by the Nautilus dog. So we're gonna see. Obviously, later that game goes, I feel like Mordekaiser is gonna become more favorable. Maybe this is why, because he keeps getting hooked into turret, dude. What's going on here? Nah, but like this is what I'm expecting to see.
Yeah.
Hook's coming back up soon, though. Of course, let's be careful. But yeah, now this Malzahar, pardon me. If I'm Zoe, it's starting to get so fucking annoying, man. Like,
Yep.
I can't look for my normal fun Zoe things, and it's just very annoying.
Yeah. This first back Faded Ashes here is so big for Malzahar here because now he feels like he can actually play the lane. But also,
makes sense.
yeah. Also, this is low key like an annoying matchup for Zoe because if she ever lands a bubble, Malzahar just like tries to EW and then the minions just walk at Zoe, so they can pseudo block the incoming Q.
Yeah, I know. And he just locks her down if she ever like peeks in at him. Like, and even though she's not gonna be standing on the big circle, like if he ults Zoe, then she gets taken back. She's still silenced and ready for a while. So like, I don't fully get. I don't get it. I don't understand. But you know what? If you're blind in Zoe, you better have a plan for these things. Now, on the bot lane, there goes the binding, which means it is time, and Stunner's getting low. Kaisa goes in, but gets knocked back by the Vault Breaker. Kaisa has to go even deeper. Her team isn't here yet. An early pull on the trigger by the support Pike, and the play kind of comes apart at the seams.
Mordekaiser ulting top lane here. Namsus does take a turret shot, and he's most likely
and
gonna
so
fall
it begins.
here. Yep.
Yeah.
So, 2 big kills coming for the side of Vancouver here. Oh!
That's kind of crazy. Pike, almost. But right here, low-key Stunner. Low-key Stunner can go crazy here. Yep, that's one. That's going to be 2. Picks up 2. Ends up dying in the end to the Ignite, I think that was the Zoe Ignite. Yeah,
that was the Zoe.
Dude.
6 kills now.
I think,
Wormjoe's picking this fight here.
Yeah, this is just gonna, Gwen's just gonna die here. Gwen is not in a position to fight right now. This champ is crazy. So, I mean, like, dude, I'm watching this, and I'm just kind of wondering. First off, obviously, they pulled the trigger really early. But even if they did, there was also just a little bit of craziness in that play. Worm Jones coming in with the Vault Breaker, the Q, and, like, I think perfectly knocking back, like, Kaisa mid-ult or something.
Yeah,
somehow the Vault Breaker hit both people. Yeah. That was crazy. And sometimes a little bit of luck is all it takes to turn this play. Pike does not have ult, so they can't look super aggressively here on the jungle, but Directed Camp's taking me up to the top side. Something crazy's going on up here. As Mordekaiser, he's got a big shield. He still feels pretty confident. He doesn't have ult, but he knows neither does the Nautilus. And he does have Conqueror. Longer the play goes, better he likey.
Both top laners getting pretty low here.
This was a crazy trade to take on Mordekaiser. I don't exactly know what the plan there was.
Oh, but Pike's
That one
behind.
was-
Oh, that's
he still has got... Yeah, he still got the hook, though. Jinx with the big rock's going to come in. In comes E-Man
Stunners
flying in.
has passive.
Pixel gets low, but it's going to be rough.
Oh.
Jinx is just getting excited. And the piece that could knock this game all open is already 8-3. Both top laners die. And mid lane decides it's their turn to fight. Everyone's just getting action all across the map, but... Yeah, man, I mean, this Jinx getting all this gold, the game is just going to kind of, I think, snowball out of control the longer it goes. So Zoe gets rooted down, and she is just getting taken. That's going to be just enough damage. Yep, and the Faded Ashes finish the job.
Yep. Malzahar mechanics. Ult refreshes the E.
I hate that champ. So fucking stupid.
You are not the only one.
No. Yeah, so this is the other thing. Gwen, because of the way this game has gone, I'm not even gonna act like this is crazy to watch. I'm not even gonna cast it like crazy. Because of the way that this game has gone, like, Gwen has no resources. She is giga poverty. She has not been able to clear her camps effectively, and Vi is just gonna be stronger. This being said, Imp Stunner, what are you doing here, little bro? Yeah, just sitting under the turret. Great play by No. Somehow, what the fuck happened on bot side? I'm gonna replay that. Top side Nautilus dies. I'm replaying that. No, I'm not. I can't go back. or else I'll lose the spot that you're at. But I don't know how Pyke died there. He must have literally like left turret and then gone back in. E-Man here has decided he wants the turret. Binding doesn't hit. He's going to end up getting it. And E-Man doesn't have the ults, but Impixel does not have Binding for another few seconds. That being said, E-Man still backs off, so respects it. Malzahar is coming down, though. He doesn't have ult. Is he going to need it? E-Man's ult is going to come up in like 15 or 20 seconds, I believe. First, you got to proc this spell shield if you're looking for the fight. E-Man, though, is just going to run away, but if he goes into the outcome, he's going to be in a little bit of trouble. Binding does not connect. He takes the blast cone up. Calm is going to have another Mind Virus here in a second, but E-Man decides no autos are needed. He is just walking out of there. Now, let's look at the lane assignments a little bit. We see Jinx is shifting up to mid. Kai'Sa's likely going to have to follow her. This is always a bit of an awkward part of the game if you are a Zoe player. Zoe loves sitting mid, dude. I used to play Zoe all the time when she was, like, crazy psycho busted. She loves sitting mid. That's where she wants to be. She wants to shove those waves with the paddle star too, and then she wants to, like, look for, you know, bubbles over sneaky walls. Zoe is not really the champ you want meeting Mordekaiser or Malzahar in a side lane. That shit is scary. But you really want to put your Kai'Sa mid. So we're kind of getting to a point in the game where if Zoe wants to make things happen and wants to prove her worth in this game, she's got to start finding some bubbles around these objectives. But one of them's already been taken. Worm Jones, objective-oriented jungler. This guy's been killing it this game.
Take a breath, my dude.
I do, bro. I'm sick too, bro. I got like a throat and sinus infection, dude. You ain't even seen nothing yet, bro.
Jeez, oh, stunning
Alright,
picked
well,
off again.
this is gaming. Yet again, my glorious King E-Man is coming in. But AG Turtle is just going to get rooted. Raptor is helping out the boy. He's going to get taken down. Pyke is here, though. A lot of little creatures. Vi is going to be in an awkward spot. She's going to definitely follow through. Goes onto the Zoe, though. And Kai'Sa is online. Mordekaiser is on top side getting value, but a lot of kills, a lot of gold going to go into some pockets, and your way into this game is going to be just an absolutely crazy Kai'Sa performance. I want this Gwen to come online. I need her to get some gold. What the fuck, dude? Nautilus Hook is not real, man. No. Okay, anyway, I'm pretty sure that went through 3 minions and then hooked them, like, lollipopped them behind another one. Shout out Nautilus taking that one for the boys. Give him a little fist bump, yeah. That being said, you know, losing turrets for that is never really fun. As, yeah, especially after day 1, where Nomus just had one of, like, the cleanest Zed games I've seen in a while. It hurts a little bit watching this one go down. Now, he's going to have an extra flash. Mordekaiser's probably going to die here. He's going to have to flash out, but he's still being revitalized. He's still slowed. He's going to get burned down. Now, Gwen is in trouble. One more auto is all she's going to need. The E does scoop her, but Triumph comes through and makes sure the minions don't take her down. That being said, a lot of pressure pulled topside, and guess what's coming up? Guess what the next objective is, CLT? It's bot side, it's Dragon, and guess who's already on it? Wormy Jones.
Yeah. As far as fast pace as UAFS has made this game, the fact that they've got no dragons out of this is kind of insane.
I know, and you know why? It's because of, like, the kind of stylistic difference here with the two junglers. If you're on red side and you are going this kind of crazy, balls-to-the-wall, psycho style, you need a jungler who's not just going to, like, want to full clear. And I'm not even, like, blaming AJ Turtle. It's just, like, Gwen. Like, Gwen needs to full clear to be strong. She needs to be in her jungle. Yeah, she can go for ganks, obviously. But, like, not like Vi. She's never going to do that like Vi. That's just not what you're picking this champ for, bro. So that kind of made it hard when already getting a lot of pressure on that bot side. That being said, one of the things that I was going to say earlier is, like, dude, the way that you win this game is still going to be if you've got this crazy psycho Kai'Sa. And if you're just laying in, like, a good bubble on Jinx, like, there are still ways into it, but your Kai'Sa has to be so strong because eventually Mordekaiser is going to walk up and he's going to ult her. And there's no way to escape that anymore, dude. As, who was it? As Disguised Toast learned in LTA, dude. Like, you cannot just QSS that anymore. So, yeah, now Mordekaiser looks like he's in a pretty rough position here, but if he gets the ult quick, he's going to be able to pull it, and there it goes. Now
he's with it too.
Yeah, now he's in the zone, and Vi and Morgana is following up with Jinx not far behind them. She has a super mega death rocket. Nautilus does survive. He's not burned down just yet. Now everyone's trying to get out. E-Man, though, 3-on-1. Nautilus is not going to be able to help very much. E-Man has no resources to survive this. Nautilus does get out, but it's E-Man who pays for his sins, dude. Oh, we're just hooking?
Oh!
Oh, my lord.
Oh, he went for
You know what? I respect it. When it feels like a game like this is just slipping out of your hands, sometimes you gotta go for some crazy shit. And that was close. You could, like, see the ult threshold. Mordekaiser probably was literally glowing red, like, for a split second there before he regened up a little HP. That was crazy close.
Yeah. Yeah, that was so unfortunate for Nomsus there.
Yeah.
Oh man, see them sieging mid here. Like, how are you gonna make the first move into this team comp? That's the sad thing is, like, when they group, it's even worse.
Yeah, now there's like 4-point clicks.
Yeah.
So yeah, and also, remember what we were talking about with Soul Point is if you're the scaling team, you like picking up those dragons because it's going to push that fight that you have to take around Elder a little later. Oh, dude, no chances to speak. Just throw the hook, just damage her a little bit. Because Kaisa is here and she's going to go for it. Oh, Jinx not excited. Kind of perfect timing. Messing up the AD tempo a little bit here feels good. She's going to recall again. And this time I have a feeling E-Man is not going to hunt her down. But it was a pretty good look because if you find Jinx there, maybe a little bit more, maybe you take an Otacon, maybe the game gets back under control. But for now, it's still a little spooky. Campbell Amoeba said, if Pyke ignites there, it's a kill. Dude, I did not even see that Pyke had ignite. That is so true. I wonder, I feel like that just tiny little tick of damage right before the ult might have...
Oh, this doesn't feel bad.
Oh, he has ult.
Bye,
Yeah,
Zo.
no. I know you've got, like, the squad around you, but this is like a fake 3v1. It's not a 3v1. In comes Vi. Now E-Man's in trouble. He's going to have to ult over the wall, but that means DPSing is going to be an issue. Mordekaiser goes down thanks to the Pyke damage, but so will E-Man. Now Vi is here, but Gwen, she's not quite there yet, but she's getting stronger every single day. That being said, Vi pushes it back a little bit longer. And another close... The Pyke just being a nuisance, right? Yeah, Vi felt personal about that one. Still gets it. What can you do? And Otacon is going to go into the pockets of the blue side here.
Yeah. After the end of that play, bot lane just ends up chopping down this Otacon here. And, and we still get a Rift Herald charge on this bot tier 2 as well. Oh! Stunner!
Dude, we're just not real.
Downtown.
This is just not real, man.
10 kills on the Jinx right now. They are up 4K and 3 dragons. Oof.
Worm Jones going Giga mode this game. Yeah, and the real kind of brutal thing about this game is even though the draft was crazy and we were talking a lot about it before, that's not what really kind of cracked this game open. It was just the kind of stylistic way both teams were trying to play, and things just got a little unlucky, especially there in the early game. But, I mean, they still got... It's best of 3. This is game 2. They're down 0-1. You still got to pull something out. And so when you see them go for some of these crazy plays, that's better than not doing anything at all. Because like we've said all game, one of these teams outscales, and it's not my boy E-Man's. So they have to kind of go for some of these plays. But also, how are you trying to make a side lane play against a Mordekaiser, like Zoe versus Mordekaiser? It's even harder. So yeah, just a little bit champ diff. That being said, this dragon is going to be the big fight. You cannot give them... the Infernal Soul here. If you do, things are going to get even worse as Zoe's looking for something. And that's going to be the big key here. If Zoe finds a big bubble onto an important target, like a Jinx, like a... Uh-oh. Well, here we go with the fight, bro. Mordekaiser's just up there. This guy's absolutely immortal. Nautilus ults onto the Morgana. Infernal Soul, and that's just going to make the fight easier. Nautilus goes down. In goes Morgana with the chains. That's going to lock a few people up just for a second. Rocket goes right through Gwen, but she's still going to go down. So will E-Man. Vi following Pyke all the way off screen. And he's going to be taken down as well. No one survived. That's an ace. I don't know if the game's going to end here, but it's going to get pretty damn close. They got 30 seconds. Everybody just died. And they're walking down mid lane with a pretty nice wave. They're even probably going to tank some of this. They want to take this wave all the way to the base, I think. Yeah, they've got the Malzahar minions. They're going to be able to do it. First inhib is going to go down. This is going to be the game. And, bro,
Jeez.
based.
Welcome to the cast, Lesher. What an exciting game for you to just join us with.
It was. That was kind of lit.
Yeah, that it was. Wow, what a...
Man, that's my goat.
Oh, man, what an entertaining game, draft-wise, everything else. But, yeah, that's Vancouver Impact. Getting by the way, that was a 22-minute, like, Soul Dragon. Whew.
Yeah, it was crazy early. I don't know how much quicker you can make that thing, dude. So.
Yeah.
What, are you able to show the bracket on the stream? Do you have the bracket somewhere?
Yes, I can.
Let me see the bracket.
1 second.
It is good because I actually have no idea where my team is on it. So this will be very good. I just show up and play top lane, man.
That's true. You're just here to play top.
I'm just here to play top, bro.
So let me zoom in real quick. Well, okay, that kind of made it worse, but we get the point.
Hey, it's gonna work out. So which that was
That was Vancouver Impact versus UAFS. They
All
get
right.
Prime next week.
Oh, so they're on the. Is that the full opposite side of the bracket? I mean, yeah, okay.
Yes. So, and right now we await the Coin Flip versus Small Brains matchup tomorrow.
Is that scheduled for tomorrow?
That is scheduled. Let me pull up the time real quick for you. Because I believe, yes, I am covering that as well.
Let's go. Be late.
7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Small Brains versus Coin Flip.
That's so fire. To face off against number 1 seed Bucket Shot Bets.
Mm-hmm.
One hope left. Who's in Group B?
Group B?
Yeah.
Uh,
Campbell in the Rec League chat in Discord said one hope left for Group B.
yeah, Group B was, God. Bucket John Betts, Vibe Check, UAFS. So,
All right, yeah. One hope left for Group B.
yep.
The alleged group of life proving itself.
You can say that about Group D as well.
Yeah, no, I don't watch the other groups.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I mean that was a pretty fire game. I liked some of the draft cooking. It got a little too wild there in game 2, and then plus the pause. I'm sure it was all, just absolutely wild there. But it was a good set of games. I caught most of game 1 and obviously caught game 2. So that was fun to watch. One final shout out to E-Man, my goat. Curse of Ra be upon you. Best of luck on next season or on next team or whatever moving forward. But yeah, that was pretty hype, bro. That was and that was round 1. And it only gets crazier from here, CLT.
It does. Just gets crazier from here. So.
Although we haven't even seen the alleged good teams play yet. The alleged top seeds play yet.
I mean they're all pretty goated teams in my opinion. Like the competition, the split was absolutely insane for the 24 teams that we got.
Yeah, a lot of teams.
Yep.
I don't know.
So, but I appreciate you hopping in, joining me for that very exciting game too.
Yeah, it's lit. Absolutely, bro.
Completely Captain Flowers it up in that whole.
Thank you.
Time.
I try. Shout out Clayton. That's the goat.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Oh man.
Shout out.
This damage graph. Oh, buddy.
Well, let me see it. I don't see it. Oh, there we go.
Oh.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. Obviously, Mordecai's gonna be a little inflated because he's whacking on Nautilus all game, but it did.
Yeah.
Dude.
But
How did Zoe have so much damage? I feel like every fight I saw. I guess she was just able to hit the front line, especially in those last few fights. Really great play by the Vi there, bro. I don't know if you're the jungle who lost power. I'd be fearing for my job, dude. What an absolute cleanup.
yeah. Overall, the pace of the game went to UAFS's liking, but then once the level 6 came in, you kind of started seeing the draft diff come out. Plus, I think Stunner got so many kills through that bot lane skirmishes.
Dude, that's what it was, man. If those kind of crazy return kills did not happen from the Jinx, I think it would have all been good. Honestly, or maybe not all good, right? Because I'm still a hater about this draft. But you're still playing to your strengths. There's still windows for you to get in the game. But it was that. Plus, it was the fact that this Gwen was not able to do what she wanted all game. I mean, early on, we saw Worm Jones on the invades, Worm Jones on the plays. The game was a little too chaotic for the kind of full clear Gwen, and was just absolutely perfect for this Vi. As soon as she had 6, we saw her pair up with the Malzahar and go for a kill instantly. I think it was on Gwen for her Raptors. So yeah, I mean that pairing was just lit AF, brother. But yeah, that seems awesome. There's a game tomorrow on the Twitch.tv/LOLMidwest channel.
Correct.
At 7 p.m. ET.
That is also correct. 7 p.m. Eastern, Small Brains.
That's Eastern time.
Yep. Which I know I'm kind of in a minority for the Eastern time, but yeah.
What do you mean by that?
It seems like most of the people that I've seen are like Central or Pacific.
2/3 of the United States population live in NEST.
Well, it doesn't get reflected in this server, I feel like sometimes.
That's
But,
unlucky. That's unlucky. I've lived in all three. I've lived in
oh,
Texas. I've lived in Ohio, and right now I live in California. So
where, without going too deep, where at in Ohio? Like Central?
without the docks. I went to Miami University, so I
Oh,
think it's like an hour north of
yep.
Cincinnati.
Yep. Yeah, you're about 2 hours from me. There.
Oh, dude, that would have been lit. What a pairing that would have been.
Yeah. So. All right,
So yeah,
brother.
Heat.
Yep. I will let you go. Like I said, much appreciated on the cast, man. Um, but
Absolutely, bro.
you picked
Anytime.
a hell of
Bye.
a game to do it. So, deuces, bro.
Yeah, that's
Good
fire.
luck next week. You'll be
Thank
very
you.
interested in tomorrow's match.
I will, bro. If you'll let me, I'll cast it, dude.
We'll see what we got, but yeah, we might be able to make that
Yeah,
happen.
yeah. Open it up. Open it up to the people. Let the people. I had my turn. But if not, let me know, bro.
We'll do. So, much love, bro.
Shadow Cleave. That's my GOAT MVP. Messiah fraud. Thank you.
And that was the top laner for Mr. Bucket John Betts' squad, who's awaiting the winner for tomorrow's series. But enough about that. We do have Impact Challengers taking a 2-0 victory over UAFS. Game 1, very highly competitive. UAFS's mid laner, the OG novice, popping off on the Zed here, but ultimately got outscaled. IMP Stunner had a really fantastic series overall, especially a game 1 on the Sivir, being able to delay the game. And then this game, a lot of cooking in the draft, very entertaining as well, but a very swift 24-minute victory, 22-minute soul, grabbed by Impact Challengers. So they will face Team Prime next week. And we finally after tomorrow start to see these 1 seeds play. So this bracket's just getting more and more interesting. But glad you guys could join us. I've seen a lot of activity in the chat. Much love for Leshe coming in and basically just rap godding that up. I was not ready for that, and he is forever goated for that. So, again, much love, peeps. We will see you tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern. I will be casting that. And if anybody else wants to join along, shoot me a message. We'll probably make something happen. So, deuces.